Today, Fantastic brings you 12 houses that nobody wants to buy. I am Ronald Milano, Research Director of Fantastic. Here we will see a dozen properties that no matter how much they reduce their prices, no person dares to live in them. And did you know that the King of Pop's Neverland Ranch received a discount of $69 million? Or that an entire mansion has been for sale for years for only $10 now. Mansion of Silvestein, Cape Pierce. Have you ever dreamed of living in a beautiful Victorian Gothic mansion? Well, if you have $300,000 to spare, your dream could come true, as the infamous Sylvester Pierce Mansion in Garter, Massachusetts is up for sale. The huge house was built in 1875 by a manufacturer of furniture named Sylvester, boasting 10 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 10-foot high ceilings, marble fireplace, and still has all the original window knobs, hinges and hardwood floors. Shortly after moving to their newly built mansion, Susan, the wife of Sylvester Key, died suddenly, and although he remarried another woman 30 years his junior, the age difference did not sit well with his son after his death. One of his sons inherited the mansion but lost in a card game, and over the years, the house was used as a Masonic salon and even a brothel. According to the legend, one of the women who worked there was murdered. Another young woman drowned in the pond, and a Finnish immigrant she received there for a time while smoking and burned to death inside the house. To this day, it is believed that the former residents still haunt the house. Shadowy figures have been seen, sounds of footsteps are heard during the night, and decorations fall to the floor untouched. Pulitzer Prize winner poet Conrad was born in 1899 as the eldest of the 4 children of wealthy parents in this house located at 228 Urges Walter Avenue in Savannah, Georgia. He lived with his entire family and witnessed the constant arguments of his parents until one day they both took their own lives. This was an event that traumatized the writer for the rest of his life. Shortly after the death of his parents, a family bought the house, but they did not live there for so long because the series of chilling events that was triggered, and that would make anyone shake the house. The house is full of strange orbs of lights, and countless strange noises are heard that prompted paranormal researchers to make an infrared video that indicated more than 50 orbs of light and captured a male voice fistering investigators, and they concluded that the spirits of the parents were present. It is now considered as one of the most haunted houses. The house of Nelson Reymeher was a man who lived in a small wooden house, 2-story house hidden in the woods of an area now known as Spring Valley Park in Pennsylvania. The house that still stands today was the home where Nelson was murdered on November 27, 1928. One of the assassins, John Mayer, believed that Nelson Reymeher was a witch and that he had placed curse on him, causing health problems that belief caused young Reymeher to seek the advice of Nellie, not known as the Marathia River Witch, who told him that she could lift the curse if he did 2 things: steal and burn Nelson King Mayer's spellbook and cut off a lock of the victim's hair. Lawmayer took the witch's advice, and what happened next rocketed the state and made national headlines with the help of 2 accomplices. Broke into Nelson Reymeher's house and strangled him, beat him to death, tried to cover up their crime by setting it on fire, but somehow the flames were put out and there was enough evidence left to Reymeher's body to charge and convict them of murder. Since that hateful day, there have been reports of smoke coming out of the empty house. Others says that Nelson's spirit roams the area, and it has been reported to have been seen with a black dog with red eyes, and even UFOs that orbits the house. The Priestley House, conveniently located 1 block from the center of Canton, Mississippi. The Priestley House exudes grandeur and historical significance, but there is much more to this mansion than meets the eye. Built in 1852 and 460 square meters, it has 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a formal dining room, music room, library, office, swimming pool, terrace, and a conservatory that, although it has been fully restored, with great care was taken to maintain its original appearance. Even though it has the charm of a mid-19th century manor, house rumored to be haunted by its original owner's doctor, James Priestley, and his wife Susan, who died in mysterious circumstances to which they never found the answers. Over the years, their former owners have reported several extra events, such as some of the parts house has been filled with inexplicable heat objects falling for no reason, the piano that displayed only the ghostly figure of a woman that haunts the ground floor and is believed to have been built on an Indian burial ground. The historic house number 54, the San Francisco Bay area, has become one of the most expensive places to live, where the prices for a modest 2-bedroom house are well over $1 million. But here we have a house that anyone could buy, because this property, known as a historic house number 54, is for sale for just $1. The Victorian-style single-family home located in the town of Hercules, California, was purchased by the local council with plans to renovate and preserve it. Then they cut the house in half, gave it to a shop, get to work, but they finally decided that they couldn't dedicate the money or the necessary resources to finish the project. The city council decided to put it on the market with a value of $1, but whoever buys it will have to remove it from the property of the city and use his own money to restore it, which includes putting the two halves back together. The cedar frame has 2 stories, 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, but needs a new roof, windows, electrical wiring and paint repair. The cost seems small, though, compared to what the buyer would have to pay to transport it, plus the cost of the land where it will be placed, which can amount to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Granot Lama, the largest log cabin on the continent that covers 2,600 square meters, about the area of a large mansion, was built in 1923 by Louis Guzman, one of the founders of General Motors, and has his own dock, thousands of squares of meter, a forest, a river land for agriculture, and is only 24 kilometers from the international airport. In market, originally promoted with the price of $42 million, is for sale now for $20 million, a discount of more than 20% for the cabin, with 23 rooms, 13 bathrooms and 25 fireplaces. But even so, they still not have found a buyer. It may be too big for most people. But what really terrifies potential buyers? They are not spirits or ghosts, but a horrifying decoration, since its interior is full of wall-to-wall animal skins, offensive totems, portraits of Native Americans, statues, and even a polar bear skin on the floor. So it is surprising that in this era, where more and more people are interested in animal rights, they have not yet found someone willing to buy the museum of hundreds of animals. Now it is your turn. Which of these houses would you dare to buy? Leave your opinion in the comments. If you learned something new today, share it with your friends, and do not forget to press the like button and subscribe to watch more interesting videos. Take care and have a good day.